Hello, hello. Move my camera down. Happy Thursday, exercise Exos day. Woo. Hopefully we'll get some more people coming in with us, Daryl.
Hey, Desi.
How are you?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. You ready for a good workout today?
I think so.
Always ready, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, here we go. We got some, Luis is joining us in. All right, well, we'll go ahead. I'm just going to dive right on in with what we're going to be doing today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 30 seconds of work. And then for 10 seconds, we're going to do more of an isometric hold of what we did for the 30 seconds. And then we'll have 20 seconds of either rest or transition time or whatever you really want to count that as. But we do have 6 different, technically double the amount of movements, but we got 6 different categories here. We're going to go through 3 times each. So I'll go ahead and get started with our demos. And for the first movement here, we're going to start off on the ground on our hands and our knees here. And we're going to do that bear crawl hold here. So you're going to be on your hands and then your knees are going to be right under, camera down a little bit. Knees right under the toes. The knees are barely going to come off the ground here. So we're going to stay nice and low, keeping that core tight. And then we're going to bring one leg back at a time, tap that toe behind and back. So we're staying nice and low here. We got 30 seconds of that. And then for 10 seconds, we're just going to hold just like that. So that's going to be our first thing. And then second thing, we're going to go ahead and stand on up. So I'm probably going to be moving the camera a lot today, if that's okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some split squats. Moving up and off. I swear, this happened to us this morning. I was like, I don't know what's up with me today. So we're gonna do a split squat here. So you're gonna have one foot in front, one foot behind. So starting with the left foot, you can start with whatever foot you want. But we're just gonna do some split squats here. So letting that knee track past the second toe, standing right back up. So we're gonna do 30 seconds of that. And then we're gonna hold at the bottom for 10 seconds, keeping that knee hovering off the ground. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. So switching our legs, 30 seconds of split squats, 10 seconds of that hold. So that's going to be 2 and 3 there. And then we're going to move on to plank arm raises. So these you can do either from your toes or from your knees. I'm really just going to have to deal with my my head getting cut off. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough leg day today. Sorry guys, but just wait. It gets better. All right, so then we're going to do those plank arm raises here. You can either do from the toes, from the knees. I usually like to go from my knees because I feel it more in my core here because we don't want those hips to be rotating overly. So if you're on your knees here, have that straight line, lifting one arm overhead at a time, keeping the core nice and tight. If you're from your toes, same thing, but just really making sure that we're not rocking side to side there. And then 30 seconds of that, and then we'll do 30 seconds. So you can either do on your elbows or on your hands, whatever feels best. But we're going to plank for 10 seconds. And then next thing we're going to do is a little bit more of a cardio move. So if jumping is not your thing today, you don't have to really move that quickly. But what we're going to do is a triple switch into a single leg RDL. So you're going to step 1, 2, 3, and then that leg that's up going to come down into that single leg RDL, right back up, and then 1, 2, 3, same thing, keeping that balance back and then forward. So if you're not jumping, you can just do a march 1, 2, 3, same thing, single leg RDL, and then 1, 2, 3, single leg RDL. 30 seconds of that, don't fall over. And then we're going to do 10 seconds of either skips or marches. So either double tapping here or just march it out, whatever feels good for you today. And then finally, I'm going to really hate myself for this one. The last thing we're going to do, lots of up and downs. We're going to do push-ups. So again, knees or toes, whatever feels good for you today, but just regular push-ups here. And then we're going to do 30 seconds of that. So either knees or toes. And then for the final 10 seconds, we're going to hold at the bottom. So you're going to get as close as you can to the ground, holding your body there, or again, from the toes, holding 10 seconds. And then we're going to go through that 3 times through. So that is our circuit for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our warm-up. We're gonna start off with the world's greatest stretch. Like I said, I'm gonna have to move this camera up and down a little bit, but that's okay. Work with me here. All right, world's greatest. So we're gonna interlace those fingers, grab onto the right leg, pull the right knee towards the chest. We're gonna do a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna step back into that reverse lunge, hands on the inside of the front foot. Nice, big deep breath. Keep that back leg nice and straight. We're gonna exhale, bring the left hand up towards the ceiling. We're gazing past our thumb. We're staying nice and tall here. And next exhale, plant that hand on the outside of the front foot. Push ourselves up into that hamstring stretch. And we're gonna exhale, bring the left foot next to the right foot, stand on up. Awesome. All right, same thing on the other side. So left leg, interlace your fingers, grab, pull towards your chest. Nice big deep breath on the exhale. We're gonna step back into that reverse lunge, hands on the inside of that front foot. Keeping that back leg nice and straight. We're gonna exhale, bring the right hand up towards the ceiling this time. And we're gonna exhale, plant that hand on the outside of the front foot, push ourselves up into that hamstring stretch. And we're gonna exhale, bring the left foot next to the right foot. We're gonna stand on up. All right, next for our warm up, we're gonna do some plank to pike. We're gonna get our body stretched out a little bit. We're gonna warm up our arms. So we're gonna into that plank position so you can walk your hands out. And once we're here, we're gonna push our hips up into that pike or down dog. You can pedal those heels on the ground, get that head in between those arms, stretch out your upper back a little bit. And then we're gonna go back down into the plank. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So push yourselves up into the pike. Do a nice big deep breath, coming back down into the plank. And last one, same thing, push those hips up. Get some stretching in. And back to plank. And then you can drop those knees if you'd like. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Luis did drop the whole workout in the chat. So if you'd like to follow along, feel free to open that on up. But we're gonna get started. We're starting with our bear crawl toe taps or leg extensions. And then we're gonna hold for 10 seconds. So we're getting ready here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So on the hands and our toes, our knees are right underneath the hips. Extending one leg back at a time, tap that toe, right back to center. So we're keeping our core nice and tight. We're breathing through the movement here. Pushing through our hands. So our shoulders are really steady here. We're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. So we're holding that for 10 seconds. We're holding in that nice bear crawl position. Focus on the breath. 3, 2, 1. All right, we can go ahead and rest. Next up, we're gonna do our split squats here. So we're gonna pick one leg out in front. Just gonna do some split squats, and then we're gonna hold for 10 seconds, and then we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. 3, 2, 1. So my left leg is in front right now, but you can pick whichever leg you would like. Bring that knee as close to the ground as we can, and then stand right back up. We want that chest over the arch of the front foot, keeping that core engaged, and exhaling as we come back up from the bottom position here. All right, we're gonna hold. 3, 2, 1. 10-second hold here so that knee is hovering off the ground. Our front knee is past that second toe. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. Go ahead and shake those legs out. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So whatever leg was in front first, switching over. We're gonna do the same thing. So we got 30 seconds of split squats, 10 seconds of a hold. 3, 2, 1. So same thing. It does help too if our legs are staggered. So if you notice from this angle, my left foot is not directly behind my right foot. We've got some balance here, helping with stability, really push the ground away with that whole foot. So heel, big toe, little toe. All right, we're gonna hold. 3, 2, 1. Holding at the bottom. So chest over the arch of that front foot, knee tracking out, back knee barely off the ground. 3, 2, 1. All right, done with that. Next up, we have plank arm raises with a plank for 10 seconds. So from the knees or toes, whatever is comfortable for you and helps you keep your hips pointed down. 3, 2, 1. So for on the knees, we have a straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees. Our butt is not up, our butt is forward. If we're challenging ourselves and we are on the toes, really making sure we got those headlights on our hips. We are blinding the ground with our hips. 3, 2, 1. We're holding a plank. So either on your hands or on your elbows, whatever's more comfortable. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we have the triple switch into the single leg deadlift. So it's basically 3 high knees into a single leg deadlift. And if you're not jumping, you can always march and then do that. 3, 2, 1. So I'm gonna go right, left, left knee is up, left leg goes back, chest comes forward, hips go back, and then straight to the next one. 1, 2, 3, push those hips back. So it's just like a regular Romanian deadlift. So our hips are still driving back. So from this angle, we got 1, 2, 3, hips come back through. Oh wait, that's not. We're gonna do some marching or skips. 3, 2, 1. So you can do high knees too if you want. You can do marches. We're only doing 10 seconds of this. So 3, 2, 1. All right. Last thing, we got our push-ups. So either from, like I said, sorry guys, lots of up and down with the camera. We're either gonna go on the hands or on the toes for push-ups, and then we're holding at the bottom. And by hands, I mean knees. 3, 2, 1. So either on your knees, on your toes. We're exhaling as we push up, really using the chest, elbows are staying in. So our arm path here, arms out in front. We're ending with our hands by our ribs and then pushing back out. Just like with our floor presses, if you were in class this morning. All right, we're gonna hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. So the chest is about 1 inch off the ground. We're breathing, feeling that burn. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. Lots of holds today, lots of leg killers. I'll leave that over there. And arm killers. All right. Oh, we can stay here. We got the bear crawl, toe taps behind us. So that's me first. 3, 2, 1. We got 1 round down. 1, 2 more to go after. We're extending, tapping our feet, coming back to center. So our knees are staying directly below the hips. Our hips are facing the ground. We got our headlights there. We're exhaling using that core, focus on the breath. Try and push here. We're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. So knees are about 1 inch off the ground, just like with our push-ups. Our back is flat. Focus on your breath. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. Next up, we have split squats. So we're gonna have 1 foot in front, the other behind. 30 seconds of split squats, 10 seconds of a hold. Pick your foot. 3, 2, 1. So my left foot is in front. Just start, we're pushing through that whole foot, push that ground away. Knee, the inside part of the knee is right over that second toe. Our weight should be in the front foot here. Nice job. Keep pushing. We're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. Back knee hovering over the ground. Keeping that weight on the front foot so that the arch of our foot is in line with our chest. 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh, quads are burning. But if you notice, we have 0 burpees and 0 squats today. Just saying. It's a different kind of class for us today. All right, switching feet. 3, 2, 1. So making sure too that our back leg is slightly off to the side. We don't want it directly behind our other foot. So giving ourselves that stability, keeping that chest over the arch of our foot. You can really get that glute action there. Just using the front foot. Awesome. We're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. Back knee hovering over the ground. We want as close to the ground as we can without touching the ground. Weight in that front foot. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Next up, we have plank arm raises. And then we're gonna hold that plank. We're halfway done with this round. Whew. All right. Arm raises. 3, 2, 1. Hips in line with the shoulders. Keeping those hips nice and level. Blind the ground with your headlights. It does help if you exhale as you come up, keeping that nice controlled motion. So we're not speeding through this. The time's gonna pass no matter how fast you go. 3, 2, 1. We're holding a plank. So again, knees or hands, whatever feels good for you today. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we have our triple switch into a single leg deadlift. And then we're gonna do marches or skips after. And if you're not jumping, just alternating marching. 3, 2, 1. So we got 1, 2, 3. Push those hips back. And then right into the next one. So that way, each time we do a single leg deadlift, it's a different leg. So we got 1, 2, 3. That knee is up. Hips are going back and then stepping up. 1, 2, 3. Keeping the balance. My legs are already feeling it. 3, 2, 1. We got either marches or skips. I'm just gonna leave the camera there. We're cutting my head off today, I guess. We'll move around. 3, 2, 1. All right, last up, we have our push-ups with that hold on the bottom. And then we got one more round to go. So we're on the ground for the next 2, 3, 2, 1. So keeping those hands directly below the shoulders, bringing our chest and our hips down at one time, pushing up at one time. So we're bringing our butt to our belly button, locking that in by keeping our core nice and tight. So if we want to pretend like someone's about to punch us in the stomach, that's how we keep that core tight. And we exhale as we come up. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hold at the bottom. So chest is hovering right over the ground. Core is staying nice and tight. Keep holding. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, that one's hard. I knew I wasn't going to like myself for that one, but I think I don't like myself more for those bear crawl holds because my quads about to rip out of my legs. All right, we got those bear crawl leg extensions. 3, 2, 1. This is our last round of this workout. We're keeping that core nice and tight. Focus on the breath, especially when it starts to get hard. If we really just focus on our breathing here. Great job. Keep pushing. This is our last round of this. Making sure those knees are below the hips. 3, 2, 1. We're holding, keeping those knees right off the ground. Focus on the breath. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, we're done with that one for the day. Next up, we have our split squats with a hold. Pick whichever leg you want. We're getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So that knee's coming forward and out. We're pushing the ground away from us. We're not pushing up using that back leg. Everything, all of the weight in that front leg. Also making sure our back leg is a little off to the side here. Finding that point that feels good for you. All right, we're gonna hold. 3, 2, 1. Hold the bottom knee is barely off the ground. Keeping that weight in front. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're releasing out of that. Shake out your legs. We're gonna go into that other one. So we're switching our feet here. Nice job, everyone. I know this one's a little bit different than we normally do. A lot of holds here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I almost went back and did the same thing I just did. As if I just blocked that out from my memory and pretended like we didn't just do split squats. Which, how my brain has been working. Because this morning I thought we skipped an exercise right after we did it. So Thursday feels a short week, I guess. Great job, everyone. Holding in 3, 2, 1. Back knee just hovering over the ground. We'll show you this way. Keeping that weight in front. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're coming out of that. We're gonna make our way onto the ground for our plank, arm raises, and our plank. We're doing great today. We're almost there. We got 3 more to go. 3, 2, 1. So either on your toes or on your knees, keep that core engaged. So like I said before, pulling your butt towards your belly button and then acting like someone is gonna punch you in the stomach to keep that very tight. Get that breathing down. Keeping those hips nice and stable. 3, 2, 1. We are planking. Hands or elbows. Control the breath. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got 2 more to go. Lock down, 2 more to go. Nice job. We're gonna finish strong here. We got our triple switch into the single leg deadlift. 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3. Hips back. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, I cut my head off again. Sorry, guys. Great job. Sink those hips back. Like we're pushing that door closed with our butt. So same thing. Holds as a normal Romanian deadlift. And then making sure our chest is getting almost parallel. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna skip or we're gonna march. And then we have 1 more movement on the afternoon. 3, 2, 1. All right, last thing today. We have push-ups. We're finishing strong with my least favorite movement. But you see, I don't like them and I still do them. 3, 2, 1. We're not always going to like every single movement, but each movement does provide a benefit to us. This when we're working on our chest, we're working on our arms, we're getting that core work a little bit too, because we're keeping that butt under our belly button here. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're holding at the bottom. Focus on the breath. 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be our workout for today. Nice job, everyone. Give yourselves a nice pat on the back. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I got a little sweatier than I thought I was going to today. And then we're going to make our way onto the ground for our cool down. And we're going to start on our hands and our knees today. And we're going to open up our chest a little bit since we just finished out with some push-ups. So this will feel good. So we're going to be on the hands and knees. And what we're going to do is we're going to thread that arm through. So I'm going to start on my right arm, threading in between the left arm, left leg, head on the ground, push that hand into the ground, pull away with the upper back. And on our next exhale, we're going to take our left hand, or the hand that's on the ground, wrap it all the way around your body, tucking it into the opposite side of that opposite hip. Keep that elbow pointing towards the ceiling, and that's going to give us a nice stretch through our chest as well as our back. We're slowing our breath down. We're taking big, deep inhales and sighing away that tension. Bringing our heart rates down a little bit after that workout. And let's go ahead and do one more deep breath here. And on or after the exhale, or whenever you're ready, really, we can go ahead and plant that hand back on the ground. And then our other hand, we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So left arm threading in between the right arm, the right leg, push the back of the hand into the ground, pull away with the upper back. And after our first breath, we're gonna go ahead and take the right arm, wrap it all the way around our body, tucking it into the back hip, keeping the elbow pointed up towards the ceiling, giving us that nice chest stretch here. Really focusing on slowing the breath down. Great job. Let's do one more deep breath here. And on or after the exhale, we can go ahead and plant our hands under our shoulders. And last part of the workout here, last thing we're gonna do, let's do some child's pose. So bring those knees a little wider than hip width. Walk our hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. We're gonna do 3 deep breaths here. So make those exhales longer than the inhales. Nice, big, deep belly breaths. Slow that breath down. Make those exhales really long. Get our body nice and calm. And we're gonna do one more deep breath. And either on or after that last exhale, feel free to stay on the ground if you'd like. That's gonna be all the time I have for today's workout. You can tell it was a good workout by where my bun is. It was up here when we started and now it's over to the side. Great job, everyone. Don't forget, we do have our 9/11 Stair Climb coming up this weekend. Help us raise money to help those families of those who are affected by the 9/11 20 years ago, which is crazy. We're supporting those families of the fallen firefighters that risked their lives. So that link, Louise just put that in the chat for us. So go ahead and donate. Autodesk is matching anything over $25 for us there. So it goes to a great cause. We get a good workout in this weekend. And yeah, so great job today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all soon.